What's up, storytellers? I'm Clark Rowanson, the Magic Engineer, and it's time to talk about, well, not magic, about something completely different. In this video, I actually want to do a review of a piece of VR tech called the Shockwave Haptic Suit. Now, it hasn't come up a ton in the channel, I don't think, but I actually love VR. I've got a headset, I've got a mag tube, gun stock. VR gaming is amazing, and I love it. And on top of that, there aren't really any reviews out yet for this product. The only reviews I can find are pre-release reviews, and there's some stuff I want to share here. Now, if you're one of my regular watchers, don't worry. We are going to be going back to Magic Systems in future videos. I just really want to talk about this with you guys. So let's get into the review. Let's start with the short version. Should you buy the Shockwave Haptic Suit? Absolutely not. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that, and that is going to involve us going into the long version. But if you're just here for a really quick review, I cannot recommend that you buy this product. I don't have the motion control one, so I have no idea there. But let's start talking about the Shockwave suit on its own. And there's a lot to talk about. First things first, before we go into any of this, one very important thing is I paid for this on my own. This wasn't given to me or anything, but the suit that I received is not the same as the suit that you see in the pre-release reviews, and it is not the same as the suit that they show on their website. In fact, as of recording this video, I ended up notifying them of this discrepancy, and I'll talk about it more later, but they still have not updated their website to show what the new suit actually looks like. So if you just take a quick look, here's what they show on their site, and here's what you're going to see in any pre-release reviews. Here is what I received. They are not the same. I'm going to talk about this more later, but I want to show you these so that the rest of my discussion about the technical aspects and the physical aspects of this device make sense. Looking at the design, this design is honestly pretty terrible. The material is kind of heavy. In fact, it's sort of like they just took a sweatsuit, like a sweater vest and sweatpants, and stitched in the motors into those clothes, which that's a problem for a lot of reasons. Because one, there's no way to adjust these clothing. They either fit you or they don't, which I'm going to talk about that more later. But haptic motors, you get most out of them when they are touching you, and there's no way to guarantee that they are actually touching you. And given the cut of the pants and the cut of the vest, the chances of all of the motors actually being in the place they need to be for you to get the most out of this product are very minimal. The design of the clothing itself isn't very good. Not to mention, again, sweatpants. I sweat a lot in general, but I get especially sweaty when I'm playing VR. Having that huge thing on your face that has the computer inside, the heat coming off of it, not to mention all of the heat that I'm going to get from the little motors all over the place. Man, this thing would just cause me to overheat in probably under an hour. Not to mention that this isn't machine washable at all. And they really just say, like, rubbing it down with a damp cloth. Like, that's not going to do it for me. This thing, if I use this thing a lot, it's going to get really gross. As you can see, I have been joined by my co-host, Seamus. Hey, buddy. Now, when we're talking about VR haptic suits, or really any VR tech, one of the questions that's going to come up is compatibility. What is the size of the game list, and what software is it compatible with? Well, as of recording this, there is a grand total of 5 programs that the Shockwave suit can run with. Not all of them are games. And I only own one of those pieces of software. So it's a really small list. So you might be asking, if I only have one of the games on the list, why did I buy the suit at all? Well, part of it was me wanting to support a company I thought was doing the right thing, which I'll talk about that more later. Another big part is they had a coming soon list, and on that list was Skyrim VR. And I love Skyrim, all forms. I've played across Xbox, PC, thousands of hours into this game, hundreds of hours into Skyrim VR. I love me some Skyrim. So if this device just worked with Skyrim VR, that probably would have been worth the entire purchase for me. However, it was on the coming soon list when I ordered my suit over 9 months ago. And Skyrim VR is still on the coming soon list. That list has not changed at all since I ordered my suit. Okay, that's not quite true. They have added things to the coming soon list, but nothing has moved off of that into full accessibility. And that's a problem. So that's about as far as I can go into the design and performance of the suit because, well, for a number of reasons, I couldn't actually use it. Not the least of which is the fact that there are no instructions in the user manual how to set the thing up. They tell you how to plug everything in to the various pieces, and they tell you how to turn it on. There is no instructions on how to actually connect it to my computer and connect it to a game. Also, you can go and look. The manual that I was given access to when I received my suit is different from the manual that you see when you go and try and download it from the bottom of their webpage. The one at the bottom of their webpage is one designed for the one that they show on their website. The link that I got was the user manual for the suit I received. The one I received, no instructions. The one on their website does mention that you need to download their software, and supposedly there is some extra documentation about how to make that software work, but I'm skeptical because that's for the old suit, not the new suit. And even still, why am I having to hunt for this basic information of how to use the product? I was just trying to test and see if the motors even worked and see how things connected to the various games, see if it worked at all with one game that I could. But I couldn't even do that. I couldn't even do that for you guys. I couldn't do that for myself. And to explain that, I'm going to tell you a bit about my experience with this product and with this company. Because even with what I've told you so far, I would not recommend this suit at all. But I also wouldn't recommend that you trust this company at all. I first learned about the Shockwave suit in a video by Thrillseeker. And if you like VR content and VR gadgets and so on, you should definitely check out Thrillseeker's channel. His stuff is amazing. He does a great job. It's very thorough. And in this video, which I will link, he covered the capability of the suit, or what the suit was going to be. And this was the pre-release suit, as I've mentioned. But in there, they shared a fair bit of information about the struggles that the company was having. Because this was originally a Kickstarter that they ran. And they ran it right around the start of COVID, when a whole bunch of things got upset. Supply chains were disrupted. The price of a lot of their components went way, way up, and the company was struggling. And I was really impressed by the candor and forthrightness of the company in the video. And that's the kind of thing that I want to support. Also, it seemed like their focus was trying to deliver a quality product at a viable consumer level, which I also wholly want to support. So one of the main reasons that I backed this product was because I was trying to support and encourage good business practices. Turns out, I think that was more about transparency and good practices on Thrillseeker's part than on the company's part. So after the video, I debated for a while, took the hit to the wallet, pre-ordered the suit. 9 months went by, and then at the beginning of February of 2024, I got an email that was once again asking for my clothing size across chest, waist, and hips so that they could make sure everything fit me properly. Good sign. Then a little bit later, I received the product and pulled it out of the box. I couldn't put the thing on. And as you can see, the label says XXL. I could barely get my arms through the vest holes. I couldn't zip the vest up. It felt like it was cutting off circulation to my arms, and the label said XXL. And that's not it. The pants were just as bad. They also said XXL, which you can see. I couldn't put them on. Now, my wife will often and fondly remind me and tell me that I have a pretty thick booty, but even still, XXL, I should be able to put these clothes on. And not only that, not only did they not fit me, the vest barely fit my wife, who is significantly smaller than me. And the pants did not fit her either, like at all. So I couldn't test this stuff for myself or for anybody. It is completely unusable, even though it's marked as XXL. So I did what anybody would do. I immediately reached out to their support email, let them know, hey, this product doesn't fit. Here's a bunch of photos of me trying to put it on. Here's the photos saying it's a XXL. And we had some back and forth, them saying, yeah, we can send you a replacement. Just get the current one sent back to us. We'll send you a new one. All of that sounds great. We had some more back and forth until I realized that they wanted me to pay to ship the defective product back to them. Not great, but I figured I would look into it. The problem is the address they wanted me to send it to is in India, and I'm in the United States. So shipping it there in a fashion that I could actually guarantee it would arrive and not get caught up in customs was going to cost me over $300. Now, the suit itself only cost me about $300. So it was going to cost me as much as the product itself to send it back to them so they could send me another one in the hopes that they would get it right this time. Now, we had some back and forth after that of me trying to get them to send me a prepaid shipping label so I could send the defective product back to them, and they just wouldn't do it. I then responded saying, hey, this is unacceptable. You either need to give me a label or I'm going to have to work with my bank and mark this as fraudulent. Now, up to that point, their support team had been pretty great. They would respond to my emails usually within 24 hours. After that last email of saying, hey, this isn't good enough, you're wanting me to pay for an entirely new product for a mistake on your part, on your production, when you sent me something I can't use, and they just ghosted me. They haven't responded to any of my emails since. That was over a month ago. As far as I'm aware, they haven't responded to any of the emails from my bank. So their support is good until they need to actually provide a certain level of support. My co-host has left me for a sun patch. I mean, he's really stinking cute over there, but I mean, that stings a little. So in summary, the product that I received is not the product I ordered. The design is pretty awful. It is not set up to be functional for what it's supposed to be. It is not going to be viable for long-term use. I can't even tell you if it works because what I received absolutely didn't fit. The material isn't great. The cut isn't good. The manual doesn't provide you the information that you need. The support team is only supportive until they need to actually provide you support. So no, I cannot recommend anybody pay for this product or pay for honestly anything from this company at this point in time. I'm willing to have my mind changed, but it's going to take a lot. And right now, hard pass. Just avoid it. All right, that's it. That's my review of the Shockwave suit. Not good, but I hope this video has been helpful. And if this is your first time seeing my face or on this channel, I hope you check out some of my other content. And if you like it, consider subscribing. If you're one of my regulars, we will be returning to talk about magic systems in the next couple of videos. So that's all I've got. Thank you so much for your time. And whatever you do, do what you love and make sure that you stay awesome.